well, we got the everything going. Just changed out the starter because I didn't like the way the other one was engaging the flywheel, and this one off a Chevy 305 from 1995 has the right number of teeth, works perfectly. So now we're going to see, since we've corrected the transmission, there it goes, second gear, nice. We got the transmission fixed up. The throttle valve was stuck. Took the pan off, whacked that with a hammer and tweaked it a bunch of times, sprayed it out with some brake clean. And she's good now. We had 230 psi of line pressure at idle, which was unacceptable. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so much better. Ah, thank God. Well, we're gonna go put some gas in this thing, get my wife a candy bar, and take it for a little spin. This. Just cruising. It's not in lockup right now. As I got that set at I think 35, it'll unlock in the little programmer. But it's a lot better than what it was doing before when it was trying to only shift at 4,000 RPM, which was kind of ridiculous. I think it's going to be much happier now. It's not going to get into fourth until like 45 miles an hour, so. And I calibrated the speedo off of the GPS first and then checked it with the transmission controller, and it was correct. So everything should be pretty good. Neutral safety switch is still aggravating as hell. I hate that damn thing. But there's not a lot of gas left in this thing, so we're gonna go slow until we get up to the gas station. RPM seems to be dead on. Pretty much all three of my tacks, because you need three, of course. Seats are probably a little too far back, but that's all right. The pillow, I got good visibility. So far, everything looks good, other than the fuel tanks being close to empty. Probably got 2 gallons in it. We just got to be careful not to stop too hard or the fuel will run out. But yeah, everything looks good. Temperature's good. Idle is really good. Gas station. So let's put some gas in it. Alright, for a 20-gallon fuel cell, that thing doesn't hold 17 gallons. I can't see shit. Alright. Perils of safety belts. Downshifts into third. Sure does. Alright, so we're in fourth. Cruising at 63 miles an hour at 2100 RPM. That's nice. That should help keep the water temperature down a lot. Try to adjust my mirror a little bit. 2,000 RPM. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We're not going to beat on it today. Getting this interior right, getting everything on it, got my new starter, real happy with that. Water temperature is just chilling at 178, and it's about 90 degrees outside right now. I love it. Oh, it's so much less crashy than the old suspension. That's nice. I had an old drunk guy with about a half a tooth in his head talking to me about the car. That's the only thing we great. This is really, really good. The alternator's a bit taxed at low idle when all the fans are on. So I can bump the idle up. I got it idling at 650 right now, which is probably a little low. I can probably bump it up to about 750, 800, and that'll be a little bit more in line with what the alternator's intended to do. But I got a new pulley coming for that, because I'm going to put a dual belt pulley on the alternator and use both belts for that, because it's slipping a little bit. At least it sounded like it was. But no, she's good. This thing is good. A little bit. Oil pressure, let's see what we got. 25 psi at 700 RPM. That'll work. Second. I'm going to just leave it in third, and I'm going to try something once I get around this corner. At this point for literally a first test drive. So we'll catch up with you back at the house. Alright, well, we made it back in one piece. No issues. All the fans shut off pretty quick, including the trans. This is incredible. I am over the moon right now. I just planned on taking it for a little 5 or 10 mile shakedown, and it was just running so good, and it rides with this suspension and these springs with this ladder bar. It rides so much better than that garbage TCI street rod trash. This is how they should build these things. Holy smoke. It doesn't ride like a milk truck anymore, even on the roads around here. It is good. And yeah, with lights and all the fans running, the alternator is adequate. It was pulling 13. It never got below 13, but she was with all three fans and then the lights. It was you know, it was right at about 13 volts, which not bad. But man, yeah, that new starter, the old Duralast Special for a 1995 305. Works like a champ, no shims, fires it right up, nice and solid, no zinging, zanging BS. I'm super happy about that. That one, this little mini guy, gear-driven thing, was just not happy about it. Now, if I can find a gear-driven starter that'll work, I'd love to put a smaller one in it, because this is one of the big old school direct drive ones, but this is only 8-to-1 motor, so it has no issue spinning it over at least as fast as that one did. So she fires right up. But yeah, this is fantastic. I think we are getting ready to have a good time in September. So we can cross starter off. The only thing left, trailer hitch, trailer light wiring that's important. And that, I have a trailer hitch that I'm going to try to use to cobble something together, sitting over here. And that's going to be entertaining, but I may actually lift the nose a little bit, because this is a little bit of too much rake, so I can adjust that with the, maybe come up a ½ inch on each side. But man, I can't say enough. That transmission works perfectly now. I got to readjust my shift light because I just had it at 3500, and when you step on the gas it flashes to 36 and sits there like it's supposed to. They got that right. They got that exactly right. So anyway, I'm rambling at this point, but I'm going to get off of here, close this out. Hope you're all having a good night. We will talk to you all later. Take care.